Welcome to the Health Guide Podcast, where each conversation is a quiet but powerful reminder. You are not too late, you are not too old, and you are not finished. I'm Dr. Michael Klaper, and today we're talking about something every person over 60 deserves to hear. Your bones are not fragile. They're just waiting for a reason to stay strong. Most people think of bones as hard, lifeless structures. But bones are alive. They listen. They respond. They change every single day based on what you feed them, how you move them, and whether or not they still feel needed. Let me tell you a story. Margaret, one of my patients, she's 68. She walks daily, takes supplements, and drinks milk with her breakfast. She was doing what she thought was right. And yet one morning, stepping off a small curb outside her home, her femur cracked. It wasn't a fall. It wasn't trauma. It was a quiet break, the kind that tells you something deeper is going wrong. She said to me afterward, "Dr. Klaper, I eat healthy. I take calcium. I stretch every day. Why did this happen?" And I looked at her gently and said, "Because your bones haven't heard from you in a while. Calcium is important, yes. But bones don't respond to nutrients alone. They respond to load, to movement, to small mechanical pressure. And after 60, it's not just about what you take, it's about what you do. That's why today we're introducing a practice that has helped thousands around the world, especially older adults, regain bone density, stability, and confidence in just 5 minutes a day. No gym, no impact, no pain. And I'm honored to be joined by someone who has helped lead this movement, not with noise or intensity, but with presence, intention, and wisdom that only time can bring. She is a national treasure in Japan, a wellness educator, a living example that you can age with elegance, energy, and strength, and she is still teaching, still moving, still dancing at over 90 years old. Takishima Mika, welcome to the podcast. It's an honor to have you.
Thank you, Dr. Klaper. I am so happy to be here. You know, when people see me on television or read about my age, they always ask, "How are your legs still strong?" But what they're really asking is it too late for me? And I always smile and say, of course not. Your bones are not your age. They are your habit. I work with women in their 70s, 80s, even 90s. Some of them have lost bone. Some are recovering from fractures. But every one of them begins again with 5 minutes a day. They don't lift weights. They don't run. They just show up. They breathe. They shift. They connect. Because bones are not hard. They are listening. And what they want to hear is, "I'm still here. I still need you."
That's exactly what today's episode is about. Why bone loss speeds up after 60 and what truly causes it. Why most exercise isn't helping your bones and might even make it worse. And the one daily habit, just 5 minutes, that can trigger real bone regeneration in your legs, hips, and spine. So whether you've had a fracture or you fear losing your balance, whether you're 60 or 95, this episode is here to show you you can rebuild. You can stand tall again, and it starts today. Let's begin with something that might surprise many of our listeners. Most people think bones get weaker because they're not taking enough calcium. But truthfully, that's only one small piece of the puzzle. After 60, bone loss speeds up, not just because of low calcium, but because of lost signaling. The body stops getting the message. We need strong bones. We need to rebuild. And without that signal, calcium can't do much.
That's exactly right. I meet so many older women, especially in their 70s, who say, "I drink milk. I take supplements. Why are my legs still weak?" The answer: because their bones are no longer being stimulated to grow. In youth, we build bone naturally through walking, jumping, running. The pressure on our skeleton sends a message: keep this structure strong, we're using it. But after 60, most people move less. They sit more. They stop challenging their bones. And that silence is what causes the bones to soften.
Exactly. Bone is living tissue. It responds to mechanical stress, gentle, consistent force. Not harsh, not aggressive, just enough to say, we still need you. Here's what many people don't realize. Even if you're getting enough calcium without pressure and movement, your body won't deposit that calcium into your bones. It might go elsewhere, your joints, your arteries, or even pass right through.
In Japan, we think of bones like bamboo. Bamboo stays strong not because it is hard, but because it bends, it moves, it responds to the wind. Bones need rhythm. They thrive on loading short moments of weight balance shifting. That's why I always say, you can take calcium, but if your bones don't feel alive, they won't stay alive.
And here's another important point, hormones. After menopause, women lose estrogen, which plays a key role in maintaining bone density. But even for men, testosterone levels decline with age, which can impact muscle tone and indirectly bone strength. That's why we need a strategy that goes beyond pills. We need a lifestyle that tells the body these legs are still moving. This spine still supports me. These hips still walk me through life.
I tell my students you do not need to run, you do not need to jump, but you must engage. Even 5 minutes of focused full body activation each day can help wake the skeleton back up. Not big movements, but small intentional stress like balance holds shifting your weight or pushing gently into the ground.
So if you're listening and thinking, but I'm not athletic, I can't exercise anymore, that's okay. Because what we'll teach you today isn't exercise the way you think of it. It's bone stimulation done gently, safely, and at your pace. And it starts with understanding that calcium alone is passive. Your bones are waiting for a message.
And the good news, you can send that message in just 5 minutes a day. No machines, no gym, just your body, your breath, your will. And we'll show you exactly how, starting in the next section.
Now that we understand why bones weaken and why calcium isn't enough, let's focus on what actually works. Because the most exciting part is this: you don't need high-impact exercise to rebuild bone. You just need to gently load the bones with intention, consistency, and focus. And the best way to do that is through a 5-minute daily practice that's safe, simple, and surprisingly powerful. And Mika, this is where your work shines. You've helped thousands of seniors regain balance and stability through your daily bone routine. Could you walk us through what this looks like?
This is what I teach in my workshops. Because after 60, and especially after 70, many people are told, don't move too much, don't lift, be careful. And yes, safety is important. But the message becomes fear, and fear becomes inactivity. And inactivity, that is the most dangerous thing for your bones. So I developed this simple routine. It takes only 5 minutes. You can do it anywhere in your living room, by your kitchen counter, even in your pajamas. And yet, it wakes up the body from the feet to the hips to the spine. Let me walk you through it. Step 1. Grounded posture and shifting. 1 minute. Stand barefoot or in socks on a firm floor. Feet shoulder width apart. Place one hand lightly on the wall or chair beside you. Let your arms relax. Take a deep breath in and out. Now begin to gently shift your weight from heel to toe. Slowly, mindfully. Don't lift your feet, just rock your weight back and forth, feeling your ankles respond. As you do this, pay attention to how your legs engage from the calves to the knees to the hips.
It seems so small, but it's incredibly intelligent. Because with every shift, you're subtly activating the stabilizer muscles, the ones that prevent falls, that support joint alignment, and yes, that stimulate the bones to respond.
And you are also sending a message to your brain, I'm here. I'm present. I trust my legs. That's a powerful message, especially after injury or fear. Repeat this for 1 minute, breathing deeply. Let it become a moving meditation. Step 2. Single leg balance. 2 minutes. Now stand near a chair or countertop. Shift your weight onto one foot and gently lift the other foot 1 to 2 inches off the ground. Hold for 20 to 30 seconds. Then switch legs. Do 2 rounds per side. If balance is difficult, keep one fingertip on the wall. If needed, start by just shifting 80% of your weight to one side while keeping both feet down.
This step is especially good for targeting the hips and femurs, the bones most likely to fracture in a fall. And the best part, there's no impact, just mindful loading. The body understands that signal just as well.
And if you breathe slowly while holding the stance, you also calm the nervous system. This helps release muscle tension and build confidence, which is just as important as strength. Many of my students tell me this becomes their favorite minute of the day. They feel solid, upright, alive. Step 3. Seated wall. Push 2 minutes. Sit in a firm chair about 12 to 18 inches from a wall. Place your feet flat, knees over ankles, back straight. Press your palms against the wall in front of you gently but firmly, as if trying to push yourself backward in the chair without actually moving. Hold for 20 seconds. Breathe. Rest. Repeat 3 times. This is a full-body isometric hold. It engages the arms, shoulders, chest, spine, and even the soles of your feet pressing into the floor.
What I love about this is that it's safe for people with arthritis, joint replacements, or chronic pain. You're not moving the joints, but you're still sending powerful signals to the skeletal system.
Yes. And I often ask students to imagine they're pressing away fatigue and pulling in strength. It may sound poetic, but intention matters. The body responds differently when you give effort meaning. Optional step 4. Heel, raise, and breath. Hold bonus. 30 seconds. If you feel confident, finish with a simple bonus. Stand up, hold the wall, and lift your heels slowly off the floor. Hold for 3 to 5 seconds at the top. Then lower. Repeat 5 to 8 times. This stimulates the calf bones and ankle joints, which are critical for balance and walking. And when you hold your breath at the top, you gently engage your core and diaphragm, connecting your breath to bone.
That's something we rarely talk about, but breath is weight too. Holding and releasing breath strategically helps regulate nervous tone, which reduces fall risk and builds groundedness. So to summarize, Mika's 5-minute practice includes 1. Grounded shifting to awaken foot and leg bones. 2. Single leg stance to load the hips and spine safely. 3. Seated press to activate upper body skeleton and core 4. Optional heel lifts for calves, ankles, and postural feedback. And you don't need to do it perfectly. You just need to show up.
I always tell my students 5 minutes a day is not about fitness. It's about loyalty to your body. Every time you shift your weight, every time you hold your ground, you are reminding your bones you still belong to someone who is alive, upright, and choosing to stand.
And most of all, it gives people their confidence back. Because when you feel your legs supporting you, when your spine stands tall, you stop fearing the ground beneath you. You begin to trust yourself again. So what did we really talk about today? Not just about bones, not just about calcium or fractures. We talked about something deeper, the power to take your strength back in just 5 minutes a day. We've been told aging means decline. We've been told weak bones are natural. But the truth is, nature responds to what you give it. And your bones, they're not giving up. They're just waiting for the signal.
I have lived over 90 years, and I can tell you strength does not belong to the young. It belongs to those who continue to ask their bodies to show up, not with force, not with punishment, but with care, with rhythm, with 5 quiet minutes of conversation between you and the bones that hold you up.
So if you're listening and thinking, is it too late? Can 5 minutes really matter? Our answer is simple. Yes, it matters. And no, it's never too late. You're not starting over. You're starting now with what you have. And that's more than enough. And those 5 minutes. They aren't just exercises. They're a message to your future self. I still choose strength. I still choose balance. I still choose life on my own terms.
And if one day you miss your 5 minutes, that's okay. Just come back tomorrow. Your bones will still be listening. Because they remember effort, they remember stillness, and they remember that you haven't given up.
This is the Health Guide Podcast, where small habits become lifelong strength. If this episode helped you, please subscribe. Share it with someone who's afraid of falling or forgetting their strength. And leave us a review so more people can reclaim their body 1 quiet minute at a time. Until next time, stay rooted, stay tall, and keep showing up. You're stronger than you think.